The last thing that I will do for this video is to align my logo on the left and my page heading on the right. This is quite easy to do. I'm going to click on my logo and look what Dreamweaver did. It's put my image inside a paragraph. I'm going to take this paragraph and give it a name so it makes it easier to style. Anything that you want to style using CSS needs to have a selector, and a selector can be a regular HTML tag such as header or body. It can be a class such as container, or you can give your element a unique name or ID. I'm going to give this paragraph an ID of logo. Now it becomes easy for me to style. Now with this paragraph selected, in case it's not selected, I just need to come here and click on P. I go up to the CSS designer, add a new selector. Watch what Dreamweaver did. It added a pretty complex looking selector saying .container hash logo. What this means is, I'm going to read it from the right to the left. It means an element with an ID of logo that is contained inside an element of class container. So since I have only one logo on the page and only one element that has the ID logo, I really don't need to be so specific. I can simplify my selector by deleting the words .container and leave my selector as simply hashtag logo. This means any element that has the ID of logo will be selected by this selector. And since I have only one logo on the page, this works. So I select hash logo, come up to properties, and under layout, I'm going to scroll down and look at my float properties. In Dreamweaver, when I want some element to stick to the left of my container or my page, I can set it to float to the left. So that's what I'm going to do for this image. I come to the float property and click left. Watch what happened. My image is now on the left and my heading and my menu have gone off to the right. Next, I'm going to take this heading and make it stick to the right edge of my container. Right now it's sticking to the right edge of my image. That's not what I want. So I click inside this heading, come down here, click on H1. That selects the entire heading. I need to add a selector before I can style it. So I add a selector, and again, what Dreamweaver is doing is saying all H1 tags inside container, but that's not what I really want. I want only this H1 tag, only this heading, which is inside my page header, to be aligned to the right. So how do I write the selector? I can use the up or down arrows to make the selector more or less specific. Let's try that. So it's giving me only two options, H1 or container H1. I want to specify the H1 that's inside my header. So here's what I can do. I can select this H1 and again give it a name or an ID. I give it a name of page title. Now it says H1 that has an ID of page title. So I don't need this selector anymore. I'm going to make a new one. I'm going to remove the selector and then add a new one. Watch what happens. It says an element of ID page title that's inside an element of class container. Again, since I have only one page title, I can simplify this selector and leave it as hash page title. Now, with my hash page title selected, I come up to the layout properties and set it to float to the right. And here's what it did. I'm going to save all and preview it again. So my header is getting there. I have my logo on the left, I have my page title on the right, I have my space of 100 pixels above, and mainly I have my header stretching across the page from left to right. There are still a few things to fix. My menu is kind of floating above, and I wanted my header to be limited to 200 pixels so that my logo pops out a bit. And that's not happening yet. So in the next part of this video, I will make some improvements to my header.